guys remember the video I made probably a couple weeks ago where I showed in 3D how the octahedron would descend to start the actual eternal kingdom after we migrate to Australia and we take the King's Highway. And lo and behold, I was just doing a little surfing, and I found out that I didn't even know about this, but in Antarctica, maybe you guys already know about this, it's called the Wilkes Land quote gravity anomaly. And that's where in 2002 scientists, they took satellites up, they went above the glass, they're inside the earth, and they had some kind of detectors, they called them some kind of gravity detectors on their satellites. But really what it is they're measuring the amount of etheric pressure, basically. So that's what's really going on, because it's an ether push, gravity is not real. And so they detected over Antarctica, over the Wilkes Land area of Antarctica, which is kind of near the edge. It's not at the actual South Pole, but it's more like toward the edge over here. And they said they were detecting a certain greater amount of so-called gravity being pulled to that area from, they said, 300 miles above. Whether or not how high they were is true or not, but still, yeah, I mean, I do, yeah, there's definitely a significant pull, or push, actually it's a push, in that area, and so that would make a lot of sense if you understood that when the celestial sphere breaks open and it reveals the octahedron, it will descend southward and it will be pulled that way or pushed that way, as the south side of the octahedron must be some kind of heavy metal element. I also mentioned before in a previous video, I called them Widmanstatten patterns that they found in iron meteorites, and they give the indications that it is octahedral in nature. And so really, I just pulled up this old video, this old model I have when I made the auroras inside the concavity of the Earth, and just do this in modeler really quick here. That area there on the bottom there, you see there, with the red circle and the green circle around red, that's kind of where they say that the Wilkes Land so-called gravity anomaly is. And so that's kind of like, I've made the mapping of the Earth, of the land, and see the mass is kind of transparent, so you see the metal rind that encompasses the outside. Like there's an opening in the north, and then there's an opening in the south as well, over there like that. And so that fits within that rind area. They also say that this anomaly area, this Wilkes Land area, is thinner than the surrounding area. That's another indication too that you're not getting the metal rind over the poles within the Earth. And so they say it's about a 320 mile or 320 kilometer radius, a circular radius, and then there's like an outer ring that's even larger that encompasses the smaller mass. I call it a mass. They don't know what it is. It's not from a volcano. It's not from a giant meteor, obviously, but this was predestined to be the place. And so it's giving you a little target here of what's going to happen at the end of the days when the octahedron descends. It's not going to descend down perfectly southward. That would be right there at that opening there, but it's going to veer a little bit to the right over there as it goes down. And then also I noticed too, you got this white line here that's at 120 degrees longitude, and if you look at that, it goes. It's a much nicer, closer journey, pilgrimage from once we get gathered in Australia in Pine Gap, or Alice Springs or Uluru. However long we are going to be there to be protected from the world catastrophe, whether or not we build a preliminary kingdom there or not. But it's going to be there's a King's Highway, I talked about the King's Highway. So that 120 degree, or, a little bit to the right of there, and we'll just make that journey. It's going to be, I mean, that makes sense, all within the whole Earth. It's going to be the closest landmass that we can gather before we set up the eternal kingdom. And so there it is. It's going to be somewhere over there. So, yeah. There you go. It's proof in the pudding, guys. I'm showing you the kingdom. Kingdom to come. This has been highly suppressed. And what to do, people like within the profession, like pilots or engineers or scientists or doctors, they will gaslight you if they know the truth about the concavity of the Earth, and they'll try to make you sound like you're crazy, or they'll give you wrong, misleading information about it. But that's the truth. Don't let them do that to you, okay? Because now is the time of revelation, and no matter, don't let them. I'm sure if you've been telling people about the truth, LSC concave Earth truth, you probably have been faced with some form of ridicule, and some of the people that are in the know, if you've talked to anybody about that, they will definitely try to make you seem crazy, gaslight you, and just don't let them do that, because now is the time of revelation, because your king has found the target area for the kingdom. So there you go. Okay. So yeah, that's going to descend, and it's going to go a little bit more up over there, this area over here. And so the King's Highway will be kind of like over there. I'm not going to redo it. I'll just, this is good enough visualization for you to understand that. But it's probably going to be like over here, somewhere like that. And I'm not, this makes me think that the southern side of the octahedron is significantly strong to withstand some kind of ground penetration like that. And like I said before, the area is thin, and so, but it is some form of metal that it's going to crash through that. If you read Revelation, it talks about a mountain crashing into the sea. Well, this is the reality of it, and this will be the kingdom, dudes. It's the kingdom. Get excited about it. And yeah, there you go. All right. Ciao.